Thanks for showing up today. It's the last session of the first full day of Inbound. I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to be talking to you about how to turn project requests into lifelong customers. Can I get a show of hands? Who was here last year? Okay, a lot of new faces. It is amazing how much this event has grown. And I think we owe a round of applause to HubSpot for putting on such an awesome event for us. For those of you that remember last year, the sponsor booths were cocktail tables. They were little bistro tables, and now we have a whole lounge. It's incredible. And I remember Brian Halligan in his keynote gave a report card of where he felt HubSpot was as a company. And I thought that was a very honest and fairly accurate representation of where they were and where they wanted to be. I don't know about you, but today I would rate HubSpot an A+ on every single level for what they've done in the last year. I think it is really easy for us as inbound marketers to get caught up in this bubble, in this community that we're in. But the pace of innovation, how fast HubSpot is building out its product, growing its company, helping its customers grow, it's phenomenal. And they've ultimately created an industry, a new breed of inbound marketers. And I think we're in good company. So I want you to think about where you want to be a year from now when we meet here again. And I challenge you to find someone or a group of people in this room or at this event that can serve as your accountability partner. Business owners pay a lot of money to join groups and meet quarterly about their goals and hold each other accountable. And we're in a room full of like-minded business owners and marketers. I think we can do great things by joining forces and sharing our knowledge and holding each other accountable for reaching those goals and growing our business. So I am talking about how to turn projects into lifelong customers. That doing project work might sound counterintuitive to some of you, and you may hold a negative connotation of what it means to do project work. Okay, and I'm not here to debate projects versus retainers. Projects can support your retainer business. They can serve as a powerful introduction to your agency and an introduction to the client that you want to work with. They really support each other. Some of you do a great job selling retainers. You're happy with your business. You're profitable. David Carpenter just gave an incredible speech, and I think they just have an awesome business. We work with them, and they really know their stuff. But if you're starting out, or you're finding that some of your retainer clients are really not the best clients or the best clients that you want to be working with, I want to offer you an alternative to optimize your business, but also to have a healthy, happy team, feel like you are fulfilled and have a sense of purpose in what you're doing. Before we get any further, just some background. I started my business as a teenager, building websites and applications. And I started my business out of a passion for the web and a love for building things. The ultimate high for me is to see something built from scratch. It's this tangible yet digital product, and it's built not with brick and mortar, but with knowledge and creativity. So when I graduated high school, I opened an office. I hired some employees. We designed websites. We built some fairly large, successful applications. And we did everything on a project basis. We had clients on master service agreements. We had long-term happy clients. But fast forward 10 years, and clients were really asking for more marketing services. And I found HubSpot was the ultimate best fit, and I signed on as a partner. I learned how to sell marketing retainers and incorporate marketing services into our mix. And now we offer essentially 3 practices. There's web, there's inbound, and there's technology, including CRM integrations or integrations with HubSpot. So when we added inbound marketing and learned how to service and sell inbound marketing retainers, we still incorporated projects into what we did. The ultimate project for us was a website redesign. And the ultimate conversion to a retainer was during that project build out, we learned about the customer's business. We learned a lot of discovery during the website project, and we were ultimately able to upsell clients into retainers either during the website project or upon completion. So I want to start with, oh good, you can rate my presentation. Please rate me well or you won't get any more t-shirts. I'm going to start with a love story. I promise, ladies, it won't be a tearjerker. This is a different kind of love story. This is about one of our ideal clients. They found us a little over a year ago, and they're a training company for Fortune 500. They were growing increasingly frustrated with their current web vendor and the content management system that their website was built on. It was proprietary, and they felt that they were chasing good money after bad, essentially funding the development of this CMS, funding core features that should have already been in it. So ultimately, we presented a proposal to them to migrate their website to a new enterprise content management system that had all of the features and requirements that they needed, and we migrated their website. That's how we started with this client. It was it's not the sexiest or most exciting of projects, but marketers need a good content management system in order to be effective with their marketing. So while we were working on that migration, we continued to meet with them, learn about their business, some of their goals, pain points. We delved in as deep as we could throughout this migration meeting. We also learned a lot about their business just by reading all the content on their website as we're migrating. We learned a lot. And we found a lot of weaknesses in this site. They had such a powerful culture and that wasn't being portrayed in the website. But at any rate, ultimately, before the migration was completed, we had sold a marketing retainer to this client. We got to meet them at Hugs last year. We flew up to their office. And by the way, if you're not flying to meet with your best clients, I highly recommend it. You can get a lot accomplished in just a day meeting with your client. You'll learn so much more about their company culture. You'll connect with them as an organization. You'll meet more people and really be cemented into your client. So I'll try to hurry this along. Not trying to make this all about me, but I think this is important for you to understand, just how we're delivering services and how you can make that relate to you, because I understand a lot of us are inbound marketers in this room, and there are ways you can leverage other capabilities to sell project work. So we came back from that trip fully energized. We got to meet with the CEO, incredible man. We got to learn how he started the company over 20 years ago in his garage, grown it to a 200-person international organization. We have ultimately serviced this client across all three of our service practices. We sold them a website redesign. We more than doubled our marketing retainer after that trip. We built a learning management system for them in 30 days, over 300 man hours. That is what really sealed the deal for us, and when the client really trusted us. And from that point forward, we had a really successful relationship with them. So we love this client. We've earned a lot of business from just this one account, and they love us, and we hope to be working with them for years to come. And we started this relationship on a project. We did not try to force a retainer down their throat. We didn't try to push them too hard with something that they didn't want or need at that specific time. We fulfilled a need, a pain point that was their website. It was very, very painful for them. We showed them a demo of the content management system, and their quote, they were drooling on their table. And we solved the need and we moved forward. We know what we were doing. So I want to talk about retainers. We all know retainers are the lifeblood, the holy grail of the inbound marketing agency. That's how we grow our business. It's how we help our clients grow. It's how we sell on value. It's the framework. It's the foundation. And like every house or building, you need a solid, strong foundation in order to grow. You cannot build your business on toxic relationships, weak relationships, clients that you don't like working with. If you want to build your business and be successful and optimize it and have happy employees, you need that strong foundation of retainer clients. Again, we do 3 different things. So retainers are just a piece of our business. We look for the best clients to bring into our retainer mix. So think about your ideal client. You know, you probably have some personas, the type of ideal client profile that you like to work with. And I would imagine that those are the clients you're spending the most time with in the sales process, the ones that you really want, the ones that you're really going to go after that retainer at all costs and try to sell on value, and you get really excited, you want to work with this client, and you know, they just may not be ready for that retainer. And it could be for a number of different reasons. It's a complex sales process. It's not easy. And I'm not saying just because it's hard, don't do it. But clients are not always ready for a retainer. And that's when retainers attack your sales process. Okay, I'm not here to give sales advice. There's a great sales trainer up here at the front of the room I'll introduce you to if you'd like to get sales coaching. But selling retainers are hard, and not every client wants or needs it at a certain point in time when you're talking to them. So if this client is new to inbound marketing and you're establishing yourself as trusted advisor, you're meeting with them and learning about their business, you're probably giving them some free advice and education, maybe a little bit of strategy, this client will learn to trust you and respect you, and they like you. They may not be ready they don't know what it's like to work with you, so they may not be ready to sign that 12-month contract or be willing to start paying what is to them a lot of money. They may not be used to buying on value or being sold on value. And some things, even though you've fully educated them, they may just not get it until they really see it. Some clients just don't understand until they see something working in action. So other things that can go wrong in the sales process, of course, price and contract length. Are you going to negotiate? Are you going to play that negotiating game and lower your price and then maybe do less work for the money and the client's unhappy? Or you're going to do more work hoping that you can raise that retainer and then you're going to be unhappy? The client, once they're fully educated, may start comparing other options. You know, they could hire people. They could buy HubSpot and try to do it themselves. They could go shop around and try to get the best price from other partners. Now that they know, what to look for. So all of these things are examples of what could go bad in the sales process. And I'm not saying that's why you shouldn't sell retainers, but I want you to look for opportunities during that sales process to offer a project, and I'll get into that more later. So let's say you do sell. Let's say you do sell that retainer, and let's say there was no attack during the sales process. What are some of the things that could go wrong once you're in that contract and you're servicing the client? And mind you, you know what you're doing. You want to do good work. What are some of the things that the client can do to stop you from doing that? What if your buyer hands you off to a client team that's not bought in? You have to go resell everyone on the benefits of inbound marketing and train and educate them before you even get started. Now, mind you, that is somewhat part of the onboarding process. But what if the clients just don't get it? They don't accept it. They want to do things the old way. There's a lot of pushback and resistance. That's going to stop you from doing your job. You're going to be fighting against the current. Also keep in mind, clients are not used to working with an inbound marketing agency. We are a new breed of agencies, and most clients will have never talked to an inbound marketing agency before, and maybe they've dabbled at or haven't done inbound marketing at all. So these clients may be used to working with PR agencies, advertising, SEO, God forbid, a PPC, a website design, the website design shops that are just going to, build the website, not learn about clients' goals, not try to build any lead generation strategy, hand it off. So they're not used to working with agencies that really are getting deep into their business, learning about their business. They may not want to give you certain information. They may be protective of their job security. Some clients can just be plain nasty, and you realize, well, what did I get myself into? And you want to do good work. You may want to hold out longer than you should. Ultimately, you're wasting time, money, and resources. That retainer attack is bleeding you as a company. So make sure when you're talking to prospects that you respect even if you're small, one person, respect who you are as an agency and who you want to be, and make sure that they're not wasting your time or that they're going to eventually waste your time. Some of these things these retainer attacks in the service process are going to happen regardless, and there are opportunities to strengthen your relationship with the client. But again, I'm trying to make your job a little easier when you get started and when you onboard a new client. So before I talk about our alternative, these are three of the top biggest pain points agencies face from HubSpot's State of the Marketing Services report: difficulty signing up new clients, retainers are too low, and contracts are too short. I'm going to try and address all three of these in the alternative I present to you, which is a pilot project. Pilot projects are introductory in nature. They are fixed price. They have a fixed length, fixed deliverables, and most importantly, it is process driven. Pilot projects are predictably profitable because they follow a process, they have defined outcomes, and you can demonstrate your expertise as a company. You can learn more about the client's business as you're delivering service. Before I go any further, to give you examples of what a project might be, a pilot project, when done successfully, can include a mix of strategy, maybe some creative, and some execution. It should not be strictly execution, because then there's no opportunity to collaborate on strategy. It could be purely strategy. That can work really well for customers that are completely new to inbound marketing and never heard of HubSpot before. If you can sell strategy, I strongly believe in charging clients for strategy. I think that was a talk earlier today. A pilot project is like moving in before getting married in a relationship, right? You don't go on a few dates or go on a one-night stand and go get hitched. Some people do. And you could have long-term marriages end in divorce, but I'm not a believer in getting married after a one-night stand. So pilot projects are like moving in before getting married. So why do it? Why consider a pilot project? My favorite point here is you get to take your client for a test drive. Not the other way around. You get to try out your client. If you're serious about building your business on successful relationships and optimizing your client retainers, keeping your team small and nimble, or whether you want to grow your team large, if you want a solid foundation, take your client for a test drive. Imagine the client's reaction or the prospect's reaction when you say, we value long-term relationships with our clients. We value them so much that we'd like to offer you this pilot project to get to know you a little better, to better understand your needs and business goals, and so that we can offer you the best mix of services to help you meet those goals. Right? That's going to earn you respect. The client sees that, the prospect sees that you didn't go for the big sale, you left that on the table. But even more importantly, they're going to want to be on their best behavior. If you are demonstrating that you're evaluating your clients before you want to work with them on a long-term contract, you probably have really good clients. And they want to be among the ranks of the best clients, and they want the best team to give them service. So this is an interesting angle you can take with your prospects. You get paid for your sales process at that point. You're not giving away knowledge and strategy. You should have a much shorter sales cycle on the project work, as long as you know that it's a prospect you want to work with. You sell them a project and then get working on strategy, get into more in-depth meetings, get access to business data, get access to systems and accounts that you may not have had otherwise. You can really dig a lot deeper and then make a much stronger case for a retainer. You maximize the retainer value, and You know, the client trusts you and they know what it's like to work with you. They can feel it, what it's like to work with you. And most importantly to the operational side of your business is you become, and your team becomes, process-driven experts. If you're not already delivering your retainers on strong process, you should. And the best way to adopt process is on projects where you have a fixed length and deliverables. It's a lot easier to develop process, and then you can move some of that over to the retainer side. So this car up here is the Tesla Model S. It's the one car I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I sat in there and took a test drive of that car, it would be very, very hard for me to leave the lot without signing on the dotted line. It is an amazing feat of engineering, like 0 to 60 in maybe 4 seconds. Look at the tablet in the dash. I mean, you control the car with a touchscreen tablet. And LCD dash, I mean, this car, not just the fact that it runs on electricity alone, and you get 300 miles to a charge or whatever. I mean, it's rethought the automobile from the inside out, and it's not even from an automobile company. It's like a tech startup. You know, the co-founder of PayPal built this car. So it's just amazing. I think we can look at the Tesla as inspiration for being different and innovative and just rethinking how we deliver service to our clients. I think HubSpot's the Tesla of marketing software. So process. Process helps you build a strong foundation. Again, going back to foundation. Now, I mean this in a very strict term. You need specific structure to how you're delivering service. Defined calls and meetings, a homework that you're assigning to the clients, defined outcomes for the various steps of the process. It should be outlined. It should be specific in terms of who's doing what. And it should be flexible because it should still be customer friendly, but you are leading the customer through this process. You're defining it up front and setting expectations so they know what they're about to work through. And use that homework to evaluate your clients. And you can gain a lot of insight sending the client off on their own to complete some work and send back to you to see what you get from that. And lastly, be creative. Inject the essence of your brand, your personality into this process. It doesn't have to be boring. It can be very exciting, actually, for the client to get on calls and really be engaged because they know exactly what they're going to accomplish on that call. And remember, our clients are really busy people, and generally, our clients are bad at completing internal projects. I mean, most businesses are. When they have an internal project, it just falls by the wayside. So when they complete a project working with you, and you have these outcomes and deliverables that you're handing off to them, it's going to get them really excited, energized. They're going to love the whole overall experience that you've given them. They're going to remember not just what you delivered them and what they were able to share with their team, but they're going to remember the feeling that they got when they were working with you, and this was an entirely new thing to you that they had never done before, never been exposed to before. So when you document your process, engage your entire team in the process. Anyone that's going to be working in the process should contribute to the definition of the process. And it should adapt as you're working with the client. All of our process documentation lives in a wiki, and everyone goes in and makes updates whenever there needs to be changes. And people get notified, people can comment. That collaboration is key. And it builds strong leaders in your team when they're engaged in that process development. Makes them a little more entrepreneurial. Project management, once you've defined that process, effectively delivering it with solid project management. And I'm not talking just about the software, but good foundational project management skills, training your people on that, buy them books. Make sure they understand good, solid project management skills, and then apply it with software. Track every task, time spent on tasks. You will find that this level of tracking will improve the accountability within your company and help you predict hiring needs and help you identify problem clients before they metastasize. If you're spending too much time and resources on one client or one project, then you can fix and adjust course. Specialization. I know there's a lot of talk about vertical specialization, and I think I'm going to try and attend tomorrow the talk on verticals. I mean a couple different things in specialization. Imagine if your company could gain an exponentially deeper level of knowledge and skill sets by engaging each of your team members to specialize in a subject matter. So I'm talking landing page optimization, conversion optimization, pay-per-click, SEO, content, multimedia, even CRM, or something on a technical nature. Everyone in your team should have a generally the same skills, right? They're inbound marketing generalists, if you will. They keep informed on changes in the marketplace. They know HubSpot inside and out. They know the entire methodology and how to do everything everything involved in inbound marketing. They may read some of the same blogs, but if each one of them gets to choose a level of specialization and goes as deep as they can in following the experts in that field, maybe even going to trade shows or conferences, nurture them to become an expert. And when you bring your client on a call and their consultant can introduce them to a subject matter expert in one field or another, and the conversion optimization specialist can explain why they made these changes and how they were able to bring about these improved results, the client's going to gain a much deeper level of respect for you than if everything is done through the same consultant. And then if you're moving consultants around and they start seeing there's this pattern of everyone has common skill sets, well, what's stopping them from just hiring their own person and doing it in-house? Or they start looking at your agency as a commodity, which you shouldn't be. You've got good talent and creative. So the client will get better respect for you. Your team also will become more loyal and interdependent on each other when they're going to each other for advice or knowledge sharing. Now, you may also think that there's a risk in training your people to become specialists, and what if each of my employees is experts in one thing and I lose them, or even they're gone for a week. Contrary to that, each of your experts should contribute to your process, to the service delivery of what you do, document what they're doing and share it with the team through lunch and learns or whatever opportunities you can give them to share their knowledge. You're going to create strong leaders. You're going to give them an opportunity to make more money. Because now that they're experts, they can start blogging about that expertise. They can start writing more advanced content. They can design projects, design productized services that you can offer as part of your inbound marketing efforts to further showcase your talent. So you're giving that person an opportunity to make more money for your company and more money for themselves. Lastly, I'll say on this topic, no employee should be irreplaceable. If you find an irreplaceable employee, you should fire them. And someone told me that, I believed them, and it has helped. You shouldn't have employees that you rely on and think, oh wow, there's no way I could ever replace them. But here's the thing, clients don't fire irreplaceable vendors. If you have this diverse expert team, really knows their stuff, and the client sees that, they're not going to fire you. They're going to see that you're different and that you have this deep knowledge and expertise, and that you could take this one person in your SEO specialization and move them to the top SEO agency in the country, and they'd be able to talk at the same level as the rest of those people. So that's really your goal, is to gain a deeper level of expertise across these different channels. Once you do that, you can experiment with industry specializations and there's a chance where you don't necessarily have to choose one vertical to specialize as a company, but if you let your consultants choose their area of expertise based on the clients they're working with, or based on their passion, then you're giving them an opportunity to, again, increase the bottom line of your company and attract businesses in that vertical. Doing okay on time? Creating paths for upsell. Ideally, if you sell a pilot project, you want to convert that client into a retainer. You want to qualify them as an ideal client and convert them into a retainer as soon as possible. But they may still just not be ready, and you have to understand or be willing to accept what types of clients you want to keep on recurring projects versus which ones you want to fire because you don't like working with them or you don't like their business, and then the ones that really that need to be pushed into a retainer. So we had a client that came to us, and they made it very perfectly, abundantly clear that they were not ready for a retainer. They did not want a retainer. They wanted to grow a marketing department. They were a software as a service company. They had grown their business in one vertical, and they were ready to open it up to general mass market, a small, medium enterprise. But they knew they needed our help. They needed our expertise. They'd be hiring a marketing director that didn't know HubSpot, and they needed our expertise on inbound marketing. So ultimately, we offered them just an hourly consulting model. They wanted to meet with us and discuss strategy, and we didn't have a project we could offer them. They really wanted to work with us, and I was willing to accept that. These people respect us. They have good, culture. I've spoken to several people in the company. It looks like a great company to work with, a great opportunity. There's only one big competitor in the space, and we can compete head-to-head with them. We've seen their product. So at any rate, we brought this client on, hourly consulting. Not 3 months later, maybe 2 months later, they asked us for a retainer, and we sold them. We signed them on a retainer, and they still pay us for hourly consulting outside of the scope of what's included in this retainer. So you really have to listen to your clients for upsell opportunities, but also, what's the best fit for them, and what are you willing to offer to make it work for your company. You're essentially nurturing clients, just like you nurture your leads. You're nurturing clients into that ultimate lifelong marriage that is a marketing retainer. If you just go straight for the retainer, the client may not take you as seriously. So nurture your clients. Projects can support retainers as well. We've sold projects to retainer clients. We've offered engagements that include strategy or technical services like website development or HubSpot integration. But projects can support your retainers. Be careful about continually increasing your retainer rates. You may have great ROI and great data to support the increase in rates, but ultimately, once numbers slip a little bit, or if things start tightening up at this company, if your retainer is the second largest cost after payroll, or pretty high up there, they're really going to start to question, well, do we really need that, right? So you can continually sell the value of your company by getting creative with productized services that you offer, and get them excited about this project offering. And it's predictably profitable, fixed length, and there's deliverables at the end. You'll get a happy customer. You'll increase your revenue without straining their budget on the recurring retainer. We find it's so much easier in retainer clients to sell a project than for them to think, oh, well, that extra some odd thousand a month, that's going to put a lot of stress on our books. So growing your retainers, keep a pulse on your clients' changing needs. Supplement your retainers with project services. And keeping a pulse on your clients' changing needs. Read between the lines. You know, this isn't just about being reactive to things that they're asking for. But if you notice that their sales reps are calling every lead and turning off leads because they just wanted to download a white paper, but the sales rep is getting excited and calling all the leads, or they're not closing very well, you know, offer some sales training for inbound marketing. You know, partner up with a sales training company to better train your companies, to better support your clients in other areas that, you know, areas of expertise that you don't necessarily have. You become that business partner. So if you're identifying business needs and connecting them with other vendors, you're just becoming one level deeper as a business partner in their organization, where they're going to come to you for advice the first time they have a question about anything. Well, who should I go for this? Who should I go for this? So many of our clients come to us to ask for the most random vendor recommendations. And they do it because they trust us and they see us as experts because we do offer and deliver so many services to them. Grow steadily and with caution. You really owe this to your clients. You owe this to your best clients, not to try to grow too fast or bring on too many clients and try to hire and train too many people at once. By better qualifying your retainer clients, making sure that they're a great fit for a lifelong customer. You'll have happier customers, happier employees, and a better bottom line. The breakup is just as important to your business as closing the sale. I strongly believe in this because I've learned the hard way. Some customers just need to be fired, right? Some customers just need to be fired. And, you know, there's no sense in dragging things out. Rate your clients monthly. Engage your employees in that process of rating your clients and have very strict criteria for what defines a client to be fired. So there's no question about it. There's no hooing and hawing over, well, you know, on one side they're good and, you know, maybe we can, no. Be transparent with your clients. There's nothing wrong with having a heart-to-heart meeting and saying, listen, we grade our clients on a scale, on a letter grade scale, and you're a D, and we fire F clients. We like you, we like working with you. We want you to be a B or even an A client, and this is how you can do it. You know, this is how we rated you. Fire your clients proactively. Don't let it drag out just because, you know, they're paying the bills. It's wasting your time, it's wasting your money, it's draining your people. Your team is not going to feel a sense of purpose if they're going home at night and they are marketing a product or service to people that they don't believe in, or they're working with people that they don't like. I mean, we're in the service business, so we're working with people. We want to make sure that we're working with the right people and doing good work because, you know, we're the best breed of marketing agency there is. We have our pick of the litter in choosing our clients. And you should definitely think in that attitude. It's not about trying to fish around for the next client. You know, we are the best at what we do in marketing, and we're the future of marketing, and we should build our business with the best possible clients. So you definitely want to balance employee happiness with client happiness and productivity and profitability. Consider joining the service marketplace. It's a great, it's been rebuilt over the last year. That's one of the great things that HubSpot has invested in. They have a team over there that just works on building out this service marketplace, and they're going to be adding more things to it. You can upload samples of your work and have customers post testimonials. You can make it a marketing hub. It's a great place to offer project-based services. It's a great place to find clients looking for a marketing partner, and maybe they have a specific need. You know, maybe they're looking for marketing help. You can find good clients on the service marketplace. They know inbound marketing and they value it, and so there's a little less education there in bringing on new clients. Don't forget to be remarkable. HubSpot's remarkable. We owe it to them as inbound marketers and as members of this industry that they helped create to push the needle. You know, when we learn about all these new features in the product that are being announced tomorrow, let's go back and push HubSpot as far as we can to make it work for our clients, to drive results, and to help HubSpot build even better software so we can come back next year and see those numbers double or triple again. Thank you.